So this morning we're asking you the question, what is the best city to live in when it comes to South Africa? When it comes to the world rankings, our three main cities make the top 100 cut, a list which Vienna in Austria tops at number 1, followed by Zurich and Auckland. Now with popularity in surrounding cities, what does that mean when it comes to property? And joining us in conversation today, we have Simon Bray, CEO of Private Property. Simon, lovely to have you in studio. This is interesting. So we make the top 100 cut. That's nice.
It's excellent. I mean, it's great news. All three cities, and we managed to slot into the top 100.
Yeah, I love it. So we're talking about popularity in surrounding cities. I mean, do you think that increases property sales when it comes to it?
Absolutely. You know, property, like any asset class, is driven by perception. And the better the perception around a specific city, what it's like to live there, what the international attention is like, the sense of space and recreation pursuits that you can get up to in that location, all of that drives a positive perception around a particular place, and that really fuels the property market. All of that attention creates demand, and that demand results in higher prices for the property.
So let's talk about that list. The cities are ranked Durban, then Cape Town, then Johannesburg last. Would you say that is a fair assessment looking at our three main cities?
Well, it's fascinating to see Durban top the list, but I mean, if you just park that for a second, the fact that we've got 3 cities in the top 100, I mean, this is the world rankings. These are cities from across the world, and I mean, you can think of some beautiful names in that list. So it's great to see 3 of South Africa's cities there, and I think that's driven largely by the great scenery that we've got in the country, some excellent infrastructure. Our cities really do work for the most part, and you just have to travel outside of South Africa's borders to see what a city can look like in Africa. So we're doing particularly well. I think where we let ourselves down, obvious areas around safety. A lot of the cities that top the list are very, very safe cities to live in. So if we can address those concerns, we can see those cities climb up the ranking, and that's excellent news for any property owner.
Now, with the standings as is, with Durban being the number 1, most livable city in South Africa at the moment, Cape Town and Johannesburg are still more expensive to live in. So why is that? Why is it still relatively more affordable in Durban, being at the number 1 city?
It's really interesting. Cape Town for a long time has had the international focus. It's the focus of Parliament, obviously, and so even within South Africa, it's the darling of the property market. And so it's interesting to see Durban come out on top. Joburg you often think of as the economic powerhouse, you think of it as the center of commerce, but I think what's really driving this Durban resurgence is a growth as a true African city. We're seeing a very multicultural, diverse scene happening in Durban. A lot of older areas are completely transforming. You're seeing an emergence of a black middle class in areas like Morningside and Berea and Glenwood, and that's really good to see, because that's really what we need from a South African perspective, is to start tapping into those real areas of growth in the economy. So Durban's got a great story.
Thank you so much, Simon, once again for joining us and give us a little bit of an update. Nice to know that 3 of our cities make that top 100 list around the world. So whether you are team Durban, Cape Town or Johannesburg, South Africa really does host some spectacular cities. So what you can do is you can log on to privateproperty.co.za to discover more about them, and who knows, one of them could be the city you call home next.